Hey everybody, Coach again, and today guys, I'm here to do another anime review, and my review is to Korotaiyu Show episode 8, guys. Episode 8 of Korotaiyu Show, or Love and Lies episode 8. So let's get into it. So guys, in this episode of Korotaiyu Show, it's pretty much an episode where it's explaining what is, it brings up this question of what is love? What is love? This is the question that is being asked in this episode to our characters in this episode. First up, the main question pops up more near the end. The actual question pops up more near the end, but it does lead up to that question, and that's what this episode is about. First up with this episode was how the first part of the episode started. Nishiki, who was having a bit of conflicted feelings about if he wants to actually play Juliet in the new play, they're planning on doing, because for anybody completely forgot what happened in last week's episode, we found out that Yukihira, I'm correct, isn't it? Yukihira, he's seen, his class is doing a play for their school festival, Romeo and Juliet, and they're gender reversed, they're gender swapped, so Romeo gets played by a female, and Juliet's getting played by a male, and we know Takanashi got chosen as Romeo, and Nishiki got chosen as Juliet, and we found out Nishiki, we definitely know the reason why he feels conflicted of playing, why he feels a bit of denial of actually wanting to play Juliet, mainly because, first up, he's not dealing with Yukihira, because we all know he has a crush on Yukihira, which is understandable. Plus, also, it looks like at one point in the episode, the director, that the girl who's playing as the director, I take it, I recommend them for the kiss, him and Takanashi the kiss, in the play, and they absolutely flat refused. They both absolutely refused, because they're both in love with the same person, obviously, so of course they don't want to do that. Plus, they also, looks like they know each other, they see themselves as rivals or enemies for Yukihira, because it looks like they, like I said, it has not been fully confirmed why they don't like each other, but it does add some tension between each other. But we obviously know it's more likely because they both know they're in love with Yukihira, and they see themselves as rivals or something like that, all that shit. But with Nishiki, reason, like I said, he was feeling a bit conflicted about playing Romeo and Juliet, and we actually run into his father. Like, Yukihira, runs after Nishiki, after he, tries to skip skip class, because he, like I said, he wasn't feeling great emotionally, so he decided to skip class, but Yukihira ran after him, and Yukihira pretty much, and Nishiki run into Nishiki's father, who seems to be a bit of an abnormal guy, because after he jumped from I'm trying to think of the height of the bridge they were on. It was a bridge, city bridge. You know the city bridges you get, to get over to the next road, or going past a certain path that gets, all those kind of bridges. That means they're usually somewhat high, but you can jump from them. You can survive and jump from them if you want to. Just if you don't know how to safely land, then you've got a problem. But if you know how to safely land, of course you're able to jump from those bridges. But pretty much he does, after Nishiki tried to run away, because he doesn't want to be in a position with Yukihira and seeing his father. After all, like I said, same reason, because he's in love with Nishiki. And in Japanese culture, one of the first you can say goals of getting married or starting a relationship is usually you meet each other's parents. The lover you're in love with, your boyfriend/girlfriend, usually ends up meeting, will have to meet their parents, their boyfriend and girlfriends, their other lover's parents, because some reason that if their parents don't agree for who they're going out with, they should end their relationship. they should end this instantly because they don't agree with you going out with this person. I'll be like, yeah, again, I somewhat understand why they do that, because they want to have the children be safe. They want their child to be safe. But still, don't forget, people are denial either way. Because you got, like, Japanese fathers are, like, overprotective of their daughters. So obviously they don't, a lot of them, like, cliche anime one, by the way, they don't want them to go out with anyone, surprisingly, but cliche thing, of course, that means Nishiki, of course, he was feeling embarrassed with Yukihira being there, and, so he was feeling a bit embarrassed, so after a few talks, Nishiki decides to fake going to, he decided to go to for toilet, and Yukihira and Nishiki are left there by themselves at a restaurant, because they're a sushi restaurant right now, at this point, and they decide to, he decides to talk to it. Nishiki's father decides to talk to Yukihira, saying, "You're a good friend to him. Hope you're pretty much always there for him, because Nishiki doesn't Yukihira is the only person that Nishiki ever, like, opened up to. Like, there's another reason why that just shows you why that just proves him why he's able to fall in love with Yukihira, mainly because of the situation. Like, Yukihira is mainly the only one who's ever opened up to. So, and that's part of the reason why his father is happy that to see that that his son Nishiki is able to open up with Yukihira around, so he feels happy about that, and he also, because he seems like Nishiki seems to not be talking to his father much for some reason. Like, I don't know why he's not talking to his father much. He has not fully explained it yet, even though there could have been at that point in this episode, but it didn't. So yeah, and it ends with pretty much Yukihira pretty much trying to convince Nishiki to play Juliet, and obviously it worked. He was able to convince Nishiki to still play Juliet in that school play, and yeah, and that part of the episode ended right there, and they went back to school. Now, during some ad events during this point in the episode, and also during the second part of this episode, Yukihira, of course, was doing odd jobs, so like bringing notice papers from the curating all of the their play and stuff. He had to bring them to their teacher in the teacher's lounge, so of course he has to bring the papers up. During that, Takanashi, after Yukihira drops the papers he's supposed to be carrying with him, Takanashi offers to help, and obviously goes with him and helps him out. And during when they're trying to get back to class, they mention, this is what happened. Yukihira had this question in his head for a while. Like, for some reason he was thinking about it for a while, and he tells Takanashi, "What is love? What is love?" And she just didn't expect it out of nowhere, and she pretty much explains what she thinks is love is that it's the person you always look at, pretty much, and the person you always look at, and always that's sort of been around you a long time, and if you don't see them around, you obviously would notice that straight away. Like, that's the kind of explanation she gives, and she also tells him, for, like I said, how long she's been in love with him, and then she tells him how much her love has got stronger for him, and she pretty much reveals all the stress to him, all the stress she's been building up since the notice situation between him and Rena, how much stress she has that the person she's in love with, who she also got found out that was in love with her, doesn't have, ends up finding that notice belongs to someone else, so she feels she feels very upset that the person that Yukihira got chosen for was not her. She feels very upset about that. She cries and reveals all the emotions, and Yukihira, obviously you can tell he's definitely still in love with Takanashi, and in the end, he pretty much just comforts her, hugs her, and the episode pretty much ends with pretty much that. And that's all I got to say about the episode in general. The animation, pretty good. I like the animation. Not too, like I said, I didn't notice anything major was going on during the animation, but definitely the normal animation we got from this rest of the episode, no, from the rest of the episodes, normal animation we've seen, and yeah, nothing really bad going on. And yeah, that's what I got to say. Anyway, guys, that's my anime episode review of Korotayu Show episode 8, guys. Hope you guys like it, we could try fans today. If you guys if I'm out down below, manage that, and yeah, hope you guys like it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Wow.